Welcome back. It is the Vegas Take. Sharp and Shapiro, glad you could join us. Coming up here in just a few minutes, we'll be joined by Carolyn Goodman, the mayor of Las Vegas. Very controversial ordinance that was put in place in regards to the homeless. So we will be getting to that in just a little bit. Speaking of controversial, I could probably not name you one T.I. song. I don't like rap today. I'm more 80s, hip-hop, B.I.G., 90s, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre. I grew up in that era of rap, even Run DMC going way back. Those are the rappers that I grew up listening to, and I actually think they were extremely talented, and some of them are still alive, some of them are not. Not a T.I. guy. I know he's been in some movies, whatever. I don't consider him extremely talented. But anyway, that's here nor there.
He's actually really, really talented, and he's a good guy. I met him last year.
He sounds like a great guy.
I met him last year in L.A. at a music video shoot, and he was very, very polite.
Okay,
very respectable, actually.
Well, let's see if you're still a fan of T.I. This is rapper T.I. himself telling Ladies Like Us podcast he takes his daughter to the gynecologist to check for her hymen. This is one of the most disgusting and vile things I've ever heard in my life. All right, this is rapper T.I. in his own words.
You had the sex talk with your daughters?
Have I? We go.
Which, by the way, your daughters are so beautiful.
So beautiful.
So,
Thank you so much.
I'm sure you have your hands full.
And the other one's
absolutely.
18, so she definitely knows about sex.
See,
but
this
I'm
is
just
the
waiting.
thing.
It's Deja, right? She's 18,
Yes,
right?
Deja's 18, just graduated high school now. And she's attending her first year of college, figuring it out for herself. And yes, not only have we had the conversation, we have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her height.
Oh,
Okay. I'm done with you right now.
So,
do you go
birthday
with
party. Yes, I go with her.
Somebody check on Deja.
I go with her.
Why don't somebody check T.I.'s genitalia to see if it's still intact? I mean, this is just so disgusting. First of all, why is he going with her? Second of all, why is he in the room with her? And why is he so interested? Why can't he just ask her? So, I don't believe my daughter when she says she's a virgin, so I'm going to go with her to the hospital to see if she is, and I'm going to watch the doctor inspect her vagina to see. This is one of the most disgusting, and he's serious, by the way. He's not joking when he talks. This is a serious story.
Do you actually think that he's in the doctor's office with her when that's happening, or do you think that he just drives her there and waits in the waiting room while the doctor is checking and the doctor gives him an update, or she gives him an update?
Well, he said he goes with her.
That could mean a number of things.
So you're assuming that he's not in the.
I'm just going to give him the
Either
benefit.
way, are you defending us?
No, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the. No, I'm not defending. I'm tired of you doing that, Brian. Just because I have a question doesn't mean I'm complicit or I'm defending something.
It sounds. I didn't say you were
come
complicit.
on, stop it.
I asked you a question.
I'm saying it's possible he just.
You said you're a big fan.
I am a big fan, but he just sits there in the waiting room. It's very possible. He didn't
So,
say.
I'll tell you what I
he
think you
didn't
should
say
do.
he specifically goes in there and watches her or watches her doctor toil around
Here's what we're gonna
in
do.
her genital areas.
Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. Here's what I would suggest. Since you are a fan of T.I., here's what I think we should do. We're going to invite T.I. in studio. We're going to get a big 8x10 picture of T.I., and we're going to have him sign it to J.D. My daughter's hymen says hello, T.I. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to hang it up on the wall.
I think that's very appropriate.
Yeah. Can you make it out to my daughter's hymen, please? Come on, be honest. This is disgusting. Is it not? This is gross. Why? First of all, why is he talking about this in this podcast? Can you imagine how that conversation with T.I. and his daughter went? Okay, we got to take you to the doctor. We got to check your hymen. I want to know if you're still a virgin, because when you tell me you're a virgin, I don't believe you. So I'm taking you to the doctor right now, and we're going to find out. Can you imagine? I mean, that had to be the way the conversation went, right? It had to. How does that conversation go?
I really have no idea.
Well, it had to happen.
I'd like to not know. I know that I would never do what T.I. is doing.
I hope
and I do have a daughter, and I am hoping that he just waits. I'm hoping that he just drives her to the gynecologist and waits in the waiting area and isn't there actually while the doctor is doing what the doctor needs to do to evaluate that particular part of her anatomy.
Hey, Jessica, you're getting at that age now where you might be sexually active. Are you a virgin? Yes, Daddy, I'm a virgin. I don't believe you. I want to check your hymen.
Now, it's not like he's personally checking her hymen. Again, he is hopefully transporting her to the appropriate place.
Transporting her through helicopter, through LifeStart? How is he being transported?
Probably a Bentley. I don't know, a
you think
Lamborghini, a car that's 7 times nicer than your car.
Do you think they call an that was not a very nice thing to say. You're very hostile to me today. I don't know why.
No, I'm fine.
Do you think they go by ambulance? Do you think it's an emergency? Do they call 911? My daughter says she's not a virgin. I don't believe her. I need her hymen checked immediately. You call 911?
It's hymen patrol. I call the hymen patrol.
Yeah. Why are you taking a shot at my car, by the way? I just got a new car. Why are you making fun of me?
Come on. Obviously, he's going to drive some ridiculous automobile to take her to the doctor.
You've been very mean to me this week. I want to check your hymen. You've been very mean to me. I don't know what's wrong with you, JD. I've been very nice to you lately. I don't know why. You have an attitude with me today. Is it because I'm making fun of you because you're a TI fan?
No,
is that what it is?
You're making these very, very
gross assumptions,
sweeping assumptions and generalizations.
Use my term.
With very little substance behind them. Obviously, this is odd, but we don't know how odd it is. So until I know how odd it is, I'm not going to say it's crazy over the top.
So for the record,
but I would personally not do this, and I've been on record saying that now twice.
But for the record, you don't think it's odd.
I did say it was odd.
But how odd? You just said you don't think it's crazy.
Well, I think it's odd regardless, but hopefully it's not as odd as you think it is. Hopefully it's not him actually, standing there with his hand over his chin, watching the doctor do his business
with a magnifying glass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So okay, that's good. That's an A+. Last time it was an A-. Hopefully it's not that odd. Hopefully it's just
Okay. Well, we have some breaking news. Okay. The breaking news.
What is the breaking news?
We have just learned that he is not actually in the room, but he asked the doctor afterwards. So I want to know what that conversation like is with that doctor. He goes up to that doctor. So how's my daughter's hymen looking? I'm just curious how that conversation starts. That's all. That's all. The Ocasio-Cortez cutout is in studio. Should we ask her? I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous. I think that is a personal thing. And I don't care if you're 15 years old or 25.
Cardboard AOC. What's the word? What's the verdict?
I'll tell you what, she's looking pretty hot in studio today. She's wearing that Boston University outfit. And if you don't know what we're talking about.
She wears that every day.
We do have a few cardboard cutouts.
She needs a better wardrobe.
Then she's like me. I wear the same clothes every day, too.
So do I literally do every day.
So we have Ocasio-Cortez in studio
So she fits in.
And we have Mike Lindell.
I want him gone.
The guy.
I'm tired of Mike Lindell.
I want his pillows gone because they suck.
He freaks me out.
His pillow, he's a fraud.
We need an OJ cutout.
I do want an OJ cutout.
We need a Trump cutout.
I need a Pete Buttigieg cutout.
Definitely a Pete Buttigieg cutout. We definitely need a Hillary cutout.
I want a hymen cutout. That was horrible. We
need a cutout of Bill Clinton and his look at Ariana Grande both at the same time. We need a couple of fat heads. There's a lot of things we need in here.
I want to see Hillary Clinton's legs. I want a Hillary Clinton cutout when she's wearing a very tight dress. That's what I want to see.
That would be called the cankle cutout.
Well, I didn't say that. You're making fun of her body. I think she's a very beautiful woman. I don't know what you have against Hillary Clinton.
I actually do not believe she's a beautiful woman.
All right, well, that's fine.
At all.
Cankles. That's not very nice. God, everyone's, all shapes and sizes. If somebody is shaped like a pear, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm probably prejudiced against cankles.
You don't like cankles?
I'm not a huge fan.
You're not a fan of cankles?
I'm not a giant fan.
What about hymens?
Different conversation.
Oh, different conversation.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's the same conversation.
No, it's not.
That's just my...
No, it's not.
Listen, you're talking about a woman and her sexuality. I think it's the same conversation.
Cankles have nothing to do with sexuality, Brian. They're very,
what do you mean it has nothing to do with sexuality? You're saying you're not attracted to Hillary Clinton because she has cankles. No, it has everything to do with sexuality.
That has nothing to do with sexuality.
Oh, really? So are you attracted to a woman with cankles?
You can see cankles very, very clearly.
Well,
a hymen is a completely different story. It takes a lot to be...
Yes or no? We have 10 seconds. Are you attracted to a woman that has cankles? Yes or no?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you attracted to a woman that has cankles? Yes or no?
I am not attracted to Hillary.
Then it's sexual. Thank you very much.
I am not attracted to Hillary Clinton for a number of reasons. Cankles is one of them.
Fine. You just don't like her politics. Anyway, we're going to take a break. When we come back in a few minutes, we'll be joined by Mayor Carolyn Goodman. We're not going to ask her about cankles. We'll take a quick break. Be back right after this.